And after having some interviews, I went through 5 rounds of interviews with one company.
Sure.
And that was a first. 5 rounds, and to come up zeros, I thought, wow, okay, this is pretty elaborate. And I talked with every single tier of the company. And again, that contributes to that frustration we spoke about earlier. But this is where it gets alarming, when I've never experienced rejection at that level so many times before. So this is foreign territory, and I'm asking the question: what am I doing wrong? Am I applying to the wrong companies, the wrong roles? Am I not presenting well? Am I not? Is the resume lacking? Something's happening there that's just not getting it. The deal's not getting closed. And in some of these jobs, not to sound arrogant or cocky, but a couple of them, I could have done them in my sleep.
Yeah.
There were a couple there where I was being interviewed and I knew it was outside my realm, but I thought, well, let's see what happens. So that's where it gets frustrating, when you know that there's a surefire opportunity. I should be able to do this.
Again, just digging into those two scenarios, the role where you feel you can do it in your sleep, what's the fear or concern on the company side?
Yeah.
How long are you going to be here until you get bored of this role and use this as a stepping stone to get back to something that you really want? Right. And for the company where you feel you're like stretching a bit, they're going, can he really do it?
Yeah.
Like, if we hire this guy, how much are we going to have to put in? Are we going to get the return? Is he going to make it? Right. And so to me, like, that kind of goes into like, sales in general, and kind of knowing the objections on the other side of the table, and kind of understanding your value statements. I mean, when I connect with a client about Express, I think it would be foolish to say I'm not selling Express, but I don't try to convince people to buy what I'm selling. I try to share the information to help them understand why we might be a good partner for them. And I want to learn what they're looking for to see if they might be a good partner for us. And if we're both in alignment and one of the two of us needs a push, then I don't have a problem doing that. But it's not about tricking them into using us, because if they're not truly like committed and don't see the value in the partnership, then we're not going to make a successful placement with them, and we're not going to get paid, and we're just going to spin our wheels for nothing. And so that's where it kind of ties into, like, let's say you're applying to a different industry. It's like, what is your value, your vision statement? It's kind of like, hey, you know what? Like, I've done these things. I understand the position I'm in. Here's what I'm looking for in a company. I'm looking for a company that's, looking for someone with a strong sales acumen, marketing, the business development piece. These are the things I've accomplished. Like, I realize I'm in a tough spot. I know you probably, interview lots of candidates, and there's lots of investment that you need to make in somebody if they come on. And I'm truly looking for an opportunity with a business where, I have like a minimum 5-year vision with them, and, understand the projects and the time, whatever, that's kind of like something you need to first figure out for you, and then learn about them and see if those things do truly align. I don't know if you're looking for, a 5-year home, or if that just sounds really good, or are you looking for a quick 2-year where you can, that can be good and bad. It could be look, with this particular role, I feel like I'd have a glass ceiling. I think within 2 years, I'd probably max out there. I think I'd I think we both wouldn't necessarily see the value anymore, but I think in those 2 years, I could take the company and transform some of the systems and processes and build some of the teams out and get you to a level where you could bring somebody in to manage what we create. And I would help you do that. But I think, unless there's some massive growth or something, I don't think, and I'm not sure about you guys, but I don't know if there'd be a 5-year or a 10-year fit here. But I think that there'd be value in that. That's something I'd be interested in. Again, it depends on each role. Maybe that's a fit. Maybe that's not a fit. Maybe you're looking I want to find the next role that I can retire in. Who knows what that looks like? Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's not what they want. And again, it's about, this kind of goes into the interview process is two-sided, right? You're just as much in control as they are, but you can't ask questions. Again, if I was interviewing a candidate for a role that I'm actively recruiting for, I have to really spend that time on the front end of the process to really understand what my client's looking for. So when I'm asking them questions, I'm not asking like, how long do you want to be in this job for? Or, my client's looking for someone who wants to be there for 5 years. How long do you want to be there? 5 years. Great, good answer. It's more like, hey, like in this type of role, how long could you truly see yourself being in it? Like, what do you think? What do you want to do? What do you want to do 3 years from now? What do you want to do 5 years from now? What do you want to do 10 years from now? And like if those answers align with that of my clients, then great. And if they don't, hopefully you were being open and honest, because if you weren't, then again, who knows what the right, maybe you answered right, you get in there and then it turns out not to be a fit anyways, and that doesn't help anybody.